Hello everyone and welcome to another Transformers review with me, Exin Ferris. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new Transformers R.E.D. or Robot Enhanced Design action figures. I managed to get all three, so that would be Wave 1, Optimus Prime, Megatron and Soundwave. I managed to pick them up from Kapow last week. I have been trying to get hold of these for a while, so I'm glad that I managed to get them. What we're going to do with this, we're going to do this a little bit differently, because usually I would just sort of do the box shot and then I'd take it away, unbox it, come back and do a proper review. But I'm going to do it a little bit differently this time. Of the Fingers on Plastic team, both Paddy and Optimus Prime already have these figures. One of them likes them, the other one not so much. So I'm basically the casting vote. I'm the one. I'm the one that's got to decide whether or not I like them or not. See which side of the aisle I fall on. So I thought we'd do the live unboxing kind of thing, so I can get a general feel for the figure straight out of the package, and then I'll go away and I'll have a little play, and then I'll come back and do a sort of a final thoughts thing at the end. So we're going to start off with Optimus, and as usual, we'll take a look at the packaging. They do seem to have kept a similar kind of packaging to what we've been getting from the last couple of years with the Generations line, so it's not too much of a departure from that, so nice bit of consistency. Again, we get this very nice artwork down the bottom here. I'm not entirely sure what the idea is with Optimus, with his paint sort of coming off. I don't really know what this is about, but the artwork itself is quite nice. I mean, it's a box. It's got R.E.D. written at the top there, Robot Enhanced Design, Transformers, the original logo, Optimus Prime, because these are all G1 based. So you get a look at the accessories that he comes with down that side. We'll have a closer look at that when we open the box, and then there's a few pictures on the back to show the actual product. Now, if you're unaware, this is an action figure. It is not a transformer. I mean, obviously it's transformed, but it doesn't actually transform. It's just an action figure, so there'll be no transformation. But the product shots look quite good. So there's that, and then we're back around to this side. As usual, sort of bump on the bottom, and that's the top. So that's it for the packaging, really. Nothing too exciting, but it does look quite nice. Mint on box collectors maybe not too happy with this packaging, because you sort of losing most of the bottom of the figure there. Although it's still better than what we've been getting with Kingdom. So, right, so let's do this. Let's cut it open, and we'll do this first thoughts. Oh, okay, so it comes in a couple of bits, so you get that, and then that, so more plastic. Oh, that's quite nice. There's the backing card there has a sort of a schematic for Optimus on it, so that's quite nice, quite like that. And then you've got a similar one there for the accessories. Those are quite nice. I might keep those for my scrapbook. So that's it for the packaging itself. Right, let's have a look at the accessories first before we get into the figure. Let me just pop these out. I mean, it's nice that there aren't all those little plastic ties, because I hate those things. And at least with this plastic I can just chuck it in a recycling bin, so that's good. Let's get rid of that. Alright, let's get Prime out as well. Just said about those plastic ties, and there's a couple in there, look, flipping things. Alright, I've got my clippers. Right, okay, that's that. Get rid of that. I'll be a bit careful there because I've just bent that smokestack a bit trying to get him out. So, right, okay, let's put him there. Let's sort the camera a wee bit. Right, all right. Let's see what we've got then. So we've got the ubiquitous Energon Axe, which it is decreed that every Optimus Prime should come with one of these. And of all the primes that I have, not one of them is displayed with this. I mean, he used it for like, what, 20 seconds, 30 seconds in Arrival from Cybertron, and it was never seen again as far as I can remember. So you get one of those, you get his rifle, which I do display primes with the rifle. So that's quite nice. Oh, hello. So there's a little bit of paint up here, but it's mainly just black plastic. Looks like it's dirty. It looks really dirty on the camera. It isn't. It's just, I think it's probably the mould release. It's just a bit, yeah. So there's that. He comes with a little teeny tiny matrix, which is always appreciated. I always like a little matrix. So there's that. And we've got 2 sets of alternate hands. We've got one for gripping his blaster. It's not really a set. So he's got just the one right hand for gripping the blaster. He's got a pointing right hand, so he can't hold the blaster and point at the same time. Okay. And then he's got this pair of sort of slightly open hands. So yeah, okay. So accessory wise, not too bad. I'm not sure about the quality of the moulding on these hands. It's not the best. But oh well. Alright, let's have a look at Prime then. So he looks like he's got one of those clear elastic bands around his chest section there. I think that's to hold the doors closed. So let me just get rid of that. First thoughts, it's got quite a weight to it. It's a nice weighty figure. There is a lot of this sort of powdery texture. It reminds me of the Masters of the Universe Classics figures. After a while they started getting this sort of powdery thing. Even the Mint on Box collectors were finding that they were covered in this sort of powdery residue, and this feels very similar. But this is a brand new figure. It's just it's interesting. So all right then, let's get in close and let's have a closer look at his head sculpt. It's not too bad. Not sure about that baby blue for his eyes. The painting is okay. I mean, I wouldn't say it's the best, but it's okay. Down the front there, so let's see, let's just pop his chest open and get in there. I purposely left my nails long to do this as well. I still can't get in there. Come on. Alright, I'll come back to that. I can't seem to get, oh, hold on. Where have I got? Ah, there we go. Alright, so there's a little bit of detail on the inside of that chest cavity, so that's quite nice. Yeah, there's a few bits and pieces going on there. Some slightly sloppy paint job there. Well, I've got this open, let's pop the matrix in. I don't think it has a specified way of going in, so I guess it'll just go in either. Oh, there we go. Holds in quite well, so it's not going to fall out. So just think I would have actually preferred if these windows here were actually, you know, blue, like translucent blue or something. rather than the clear, but okay. So he's got some nice silver going on there, and the abs there for the grill. It's got a bit of issue here. That's not too bad. There's more of this. The plastic quality seems a little bit odd because I think it's PVC, so it's got some swirling in it, but it's yeah, it's interesting quality. I'm not sure yet. I'll wait till I've had a little play around, and then I'll let you know what I think of it overall. So those are the legs. Yikes! Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. Oh, it's not so good on the back either. I don't mind so much on the back. I don't display my figures that way around. So I mean, if it's going to be anywhere, you know, I'd rather it be on the back. So yeah, okay. I mean, it looks like a G1 Prime, doesn't it? Yeah, there's no doubt in that it's a G1 Prime. So yeah, okay. Right. I'm not going to do the articulation rundown. I'll do that when I come back. So I'm going to go and have a little look, a little play with him and see what I think of him, and then we'll come back and I'll do a couple of comparisons. Well, it'll be one comparison actually. It'll be comparison with the only other non-transforming Prime that I've got. But alright, so I'll be back in a minute. Right, so I've had a chance to have a look around this little Optimus Prime, and overall I do quite like it. I do have a couple of issues with it, but nothing huge. I don't like the eyes. I think the eyes are too light. I will be repainting those. It's not a huge issue. The articulation on it is pretty decent, so let's give that a quick rundown. So his head is on a ball joint, so you do actually get quite a good range of movement on it. Which I think is on a double ball joint. It seems to be on a ball joint at the top and at the bottom, so that should give some fairly decent articulation. Yeah, you can see, look, you can do that. So yeah, that's not too bad. That's pretty good. Arms go all the way around and out to the side, and they have actually cut into the mould here on the shoulder so that fits in there quite well. Probably would have preferred if we'd had like a double joint there rather than having that notch, but again, it's not a huge thing. The arm does rotate at the bicep, but not where you'd expect. You kind of expect it to rotate here where there's actually a joint, but it rotates just under here. So you can get that to go all the way around. His arms are single jointed. Would have liked a double joint there. Also, it's slightly weird that they've cut the arm here and here in order to make it bend like that. Pretty sure they could have found a more elegant way to do that. However, at least when you do bend the arm, there is this filler piece here, so it doesn't look, you know, it doesn't look too bad there. And of course you can get some movement at the wrist, and it also does have the ability to move in and out, but it's a little bit awkward on the Prime anyway, because his hands are sort of recessed in, so you really can't make a great deal of use of that joint, but it's not a huge thing. His waist does rotate. You can bring his legs out to the sides, but they'll only go that far. They are on a ball joint just there, and it won't go any further than that. I mean, you could try and push it, but I don't want to, because I want it coming pinging off and flying across the dining room. So also with the legs, you can only kick out that far to the front and that far to the rear. You do get a little tiny bit of motion up on that ball joint, but I don't really even know why I'm mentioning it, because it's barely anything at all. You do get this cut here though, at the thigh. He does actually have a double joint at the knee, which is really nice. At first I thought it was only a single joint, but no, it has that double joint, so that's quite good. The toes will point down about that far. They can't really go up, and there is a tilt, but because of the way this piece is sculpted here, you don't really get very much. So that's a bit of a shame, but overall I don't think the articulation is too bad. I don't have a great deal of issue with the figure as a whole. I just have problems with it in parts. This the Autobot symbol here, it's not painted very well. We've already mentioned the eyes, didn't care for the eyes. There's a little bit of overspray here from the blue, but that's not a major issue. The very, very bad quality here of the plastic. I don't even know how they managed to get this like this. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a really nice figure. I really like it. I don't have a problem with non-transforming Transformers. It's never bothered me. I've got the Realtek ones. Didn't bother me then either. I just think if you're not gonna have your figure transform, especially if it's Hasbro, you know, this is not outsourced to anyone else. This is Hasbro. If you're not going to make it transform, then make the robot mode the best it can be. And I do feel like corners have been cut with this. Really, for this price point, we should have got double jointed elbows at the very minimum. The paint app should be better. I'm not convinced that this plastic quality is going to hold up. Yeah, I'm kind of ambivalent about it. I like it. I do like it. I just think it could have been done better. Right, let's have a quick look at the interchangeable hands. So to get this out, you just pull it. As you can see, it's just there's a little knobble on the end there that holds it in place. So let's go ahead and put the Energon Axe in. It just clips right in. So you can, you know, I'm not saying that you can't get him into any poses. You can. It's just it's not as good as it could have been. You know. So there's that. So let's pop this one out and let's give him the gun holding hand. And that's his gun. Oh, that looks interesting. How are we going to get that in there? Oh, this feels like it's something I really should be doing with a hairdryer. But let me see if I can get it in here without that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. That's not too bad. I think it's a shame also, I keep getting his arm stuck to my arm. I think it's a shame also that we can't really make use of this tilt here, because basically you can only really have him standing like that, and that's a shame. Right, for comparison, and I will admit that this is a bit of a not good comparison. What's the word I'm trying to find? It's an unfair comparison. That's the word I was trying to find. I can't think. It's a not good comparison. This is the only other non-transforming Optimus that I have to hand, and the reason it's a not good comparison, pardon me, is because that's the amazing Yamaguchi figure from Realtek, and that cost me considerably more than that. So it's slightly unfair. And it's also a stylised Optimus as well, so it's not, you know, it's not a G1 Optimus. It's based on the G1 Optimus, but it's more stylised. I think if we could have had more akin to this here. You know, you get a much deeper bend, tilt rather, at the feet there. We could have had something like that with this, then I think that would have made it a much better figure. I do kind of feel like the red is muted as well. The blue is not so bad, but I think the red is quite muted. We needed something a bit more vibrant, I think. You know, a bit more akin to this. I don't hate it. I don't. I've got worse figures in my collection. And, you know, those worst figures are, you know, Hasbro ones. So I'll just take that one out of the way for now. So I don't hate it. I think it's a decent effort. But for the price, I would have expected more. I do have the Cheetor and RC, the Prime RC ones on order. We've done a bit of a group buy to get them from a company in Spain. Yes, I know, it's ridiculous. This is the only way we could get them. They are due out at the end of the month. I think it's the end of the month anyway, sometime this month. I am hoping that they have improved the technology, because it's not even like it's new technology. This is, you know, the Revoltech, the smaller Revoltechs are about that big. They've been around for, oh god, 10 years. This is not difficult. Double joints on action figures is not difficult. You know, their own Marvel line has double jointed elbows and knees. Why are we not getting them on this for the same price? You know, I could buy a Marvel Legends figure for 20 quid and it's got much better articulation, but for 20 quid for a non-transforming transformer, and we've got the very basic articulation that we have with this. So yes, my final thoughts with this, actually before I do that, let me just bring it in. It is 6-inch scale. So it does scale more or less with the with Generations figures. It's Soundwave slightly larger, but then you'd expect that anyway. So there's that. Yes, what was I saying? Oh, I've lost my train of thought. Final thoughts. I like it. I do like it. It's a cool action figure, but I don't think it's as posable as it could have been. I do have Megatron and Soundwave that I'll be reviewing also, so perhaps they'll be a bit different with those. We'll see. But that's it for this. I'll see you in the next one, which I think should be Megatron. So yeah. So until then, thanks for watching and goodbye.
Fingers on plastic.